Hello, my name is Sam Morley and I shall be doing my creative project presentation. My creative project is creating an EP, and in this presentation I will be going through achievable timescales and deadlines, resource requirements, legal constraints and implications, cost parameters and task activities towards the end. So I'll start off by going over a quick recap of my first presentation and outcome one. And in this presentation I discussed my initial plans for the EP and how I was going to carry it out. I discussed the album cover and how I plan on taking the photos myself and editing it together for the final album cover. I also discussed my plans for recording the tracks and how I would arrange them. This carries us on nicely to my Gantt chart for my achievable timescales and deadlines part of the presentation. So my first objective of this is to write 2 acoustic tracks. Now I gave myself between the 1st to the end of January, basically the full month of January. And I've also got this same timescale for my second objective, which is to write 2 indie rock songs. And what that entails and what I've labelled that as is just to create 2 songs that have a bass line, a distorted guitar riff, and guitar solo and lead lines. Whereas the 2 acoustic tracks are just vocals and acoustic guitar, and potentially keys if I was to add that in. And I gave myself to the start to the end of January to write these songs and have them finished. I've also put into work on a potential 5th song, depending on how my time management goes, and if I've got time, I'll potentially do a 5th song, but we'll just need to see how that goes. My 4th objective is to rehearse all songs through and discuss with classmates and friends and how to record it. Now, I've gave myself between the 3rd and 7th week in February and the 4th to the 14th through, and I'm hoping to rehearse them through here in a whole set list to see how they all sound together. So that's all to be arranged. Once the songs are completed, I will go through that. My 5th objective is to record all tracks and mix them. And I've gave myself from the start of February through to the middle of March to try and get this complete. And so far that's going well. I've already recorded a track as I goes on in the next slide, so hopefully by potentially the 3rd week that I've allocated myself here, I'm kind of hoping then that all the songs will be recorded completely, which will give me enough time to go into objective 6, which is to finalise my album artwork. And I gave myself from March through to mid-April to complete this. My 7th objective is to promote my EP through social media. Now I gave myself from kind of mid-April straight through to the end of the year to try and promote this through my Facebook, Instagram, different social media outlets, maybe even create my own account as an artist to try and promote myself through that way. So progression, so far I've recorded a demo track and the full song is actually nearly completed. I recorded this track in mid-December with the help of Jessica. I didn't plan on recording it until February time, so I'm really pleased that I managed to nail a track early on. And as for other tracks, I have them lined up, ready to record in the coming weeks as planned. But I got a track down, a full demo, added in my drums, the guitar, bass line, everything's there, and the track's nearly finished already. So I got ahead of myself there by a good almost 2 months there. So progression of that's going really well. So my resource requirements, so far I've used my loop pedal to create my tracks and add to them and experiment with different sounds. I've used my 2 electric guitars, my Stratocaster and my ES335. They're my 2 electric guitars that I'm using on the album. I've used my bass guitar, I've got a 70s precision bass, and my 2 acoustic guitars, which I used for my acoustic tracks. I also used my amplifier, which is just a Fender 40 Reverb Champion, and online editing software like GarageBand and things like that, and an interface to plug it onto to get into the computer. So legal constraints and implications. As of writing this, I've not encountered any legal restrictions thus far. However, I do plan on joining PRS in the coming weeks / months to ensure I get the correct royalties if my music was to be played elsewhere. This falls under legal constraints, and I still may get some other classmates and or friends to play on the EP. This further down the line may end up causing some form of legal implication with regards to contracts. So moves on to cost parameters and financial projections. Thus far, as of recording this presentation, I've only bought 2 guitar pedals for my EP, and this so far is my only really cost. because my instruments and my amplifier and interface and all the rest of it already had prior to this. So the only things that I've bought with regard to the EP are the two pedals and transport costs. My loop pedal was £49, the distortion pedal was £29 in the strum. My transport cost to Jessica so far to record this have been a £5 each time, and I've been 3 times, so that's £15 overall, which brings us to a grand total of £93, I believe. These have been my costs so far as of writing this, and if anything changes, I shall update my cost sheet on Excel. The link to my Excel cost sheet is on my Mahana page. My task activities. So far I've worked very close with Jessica. We recorded the demo at her house, and we've been working closely and have bonded. We're really good friends now. We've been out a few times and we're quite good kind of co-workers in the musical sense. We've got many more dates marked to record more tracks and to work on more songs. Meeting Jess has been brilliant. You know, we've made so much progress in my album, on her album. We've been working together, we've been vibing off each other. I've been giving each other ideas lyrically, musically, with different things, and I really look forward to in the future creating more and more music with Jessica. She's really talented, and we got on really well. We work really well together. So that is the end of my presentation. It was slightly shorter than I had planned for. However, I'm a fast talker, so I really appreciate your time and thanks for watching. So yeah, cheers. Thank you.